Welcome back. We are in Proverbs chapter 10, verse 19. Verse 19 says, "In the multitude of words sin is not lacking, but he who restrains his lips is wise." That is the one for pastors, isn't it? The more you talk, the more bad stuff comes out. So God really says it's better to be a man of few words than to be a chatterbox. So be careful of what you say, and when you don't say stuff, that's actually a wise thing to do. And I can't count how many times I've saved myself from getting into trouble with my wife by not saying something. I think something and I don't say it, and that saves me the trouble. And if I do it well, my wife doesn't even know I thought something I shouldn't have said. And it's a good thing I didn't say it. So don't say everything you're thinking. Be slow to speak. And it'll be better for you. It's a wise thing, especially if you're married, because sometimes you're just focused on yourself and thinking about yourself, and you got this really good comeback for something your spouse says, and you really shouldn't say it. So if you don't say it, it's better. This verse 20 says, "The tongue of the righteous is choice silver; the heart of the wicked is worth little." So if you want to, it says the tongue of, it doesn't mean like if you cut a righteous person's tongue out, it's actually worth a lot of money. It just means that it's so good to be righteous, and the things that you say when you're righteous is good, like silver is. But the heart of the wicked is worth little, because their heart isn't very good. You know, it's evil, and no one wants an evil heart. No one wants to be friends with someone with an evil heart. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for lack of wisdom. Another contrast between the wise and the fool. If you're wise, you're not only going to take care of yourself, but of other people. But if you're a fool, you can't even take care of yourself. Verse 22 says, "The blessing of the Lord makes one rich, and he has no sorrow with it." So be blessed by the Lord. And whenever the Lord gives us something, He doesn't give us something so that we can be sad. He gives something so that we can rejoice. And I think of this makes me think of when Elijah went to the widow. Not the widow. Elijah went to stay in this house, and this lady and her husband made this special room for Elijah, because he always kept going by there, and he would always stay at their house. And one day he wanted to bless her and said, "What can I do for you?" And she says, "Nothing. I don't need anything. I just like being a blessing to you." And then he asked the servant, "What thing I could do to bless this lady?" And he says, "Well, she doesn't have any kids. Maybe you could give her a son." So he gives her a son, and she's blessed. But then the son gets sick one day and dies, and she comes to Elijah and said, it's Elisha, not Elijah. Comes to Elisha and says, "The son you gave me is dead, and this huge sorrow." And he says, "Well, come, let me see the boy." And he lies upon the boy, and he revives him. The boy is alive again. And it's just, the idea is God doesn't give us stuff to take it away so that we'll be sad. He gives us stuff for us to enjoy and to bless and to be a blessing with. And so whatever you have, don't be afraid of losing it. So much that you can't use it for God's glory. So instead of losing it, then use it, and use it well. Because just having it and hoarding it doesn't do you any good. And I'm talking to you, toilet paper hoarders. Stop hoarding stuff. Share what you got. Bless other people with what you have, so that they can be clean as well, and that they can enjoy life as well. God gave you stuff to use, not to lose. And so that's the point of that verse. Verse 23 says, "To do evil is like a sport to a fool, but the man of understanding has wisdom." It's like evil people love to do evil, and it's fun for them. But wise people understand it's not the way to go. It says, "The fear of the wicked will come upon him, and the desire of the righteous will be granted. When the whirlwind passes by, the wicked is no more, but the righteous have an everlasting foundation." It's like a sport, it's like a game, but guess what? It's going to be game over soon, and you're going to lose wicked people. So don't do wicked stuff. The righteous will last, they will endure, because their feet are on the solid rock of Christ. So God bless you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.